Hi, my name is Sergio, and today we are going to talk about lab settings. We will cover how to create catalogs, budgets, how to add a network topology, tags, and more to our existing lab. This will improve the end user experience. So if you remember from our previous video number 3, we created a lab number 4, using the Ubuntu 101 template that we created on the video number 1 under lab builder settings, right? Now, if you take a look to the settings that we have on this one, you will notice that we didn't add anything on it, right? So we only created the lab, use an SKU name, the deployment pool, and we added a manual right here. Now, today we are going to be talking about this option, thumbnail, the catalog, and some others under the update content. That will be network topology, budgets, digital budgets, which are pretty popular right now, products, and tags, right? But as you can see, you need to add them, so you need to create them first. So let's cancel this one and let's do that. So let's go to our menu right here and let's start with the catalogs. So these are the ones that we have already created. All labs is the default catalog, so that one is going to be selected every time that you create a lab. So if you do not create any other catalog, all your labs are going to be ending right here. But if you have way too many labs and you want to filter them down, then it will be a good idea to create catalogs, right? Just to split the labs between technologies, for example, right? So in this case, let's create a new one for Ubuntu. So it's going to be under the catalog called Unix, right? That's all you need to do. It's ready. Now let's add badges. We have some badges right here by default, by hitting that add default badges. Okay, these are badges that we already created for every environment. So for beginner, we have this one with a 101 image, advanced, for example, right? So you can also add your own digital badges just by creating badge. You can select a name and add the image right there, and that's it. Now let's add a network topology. Let's use Ubuntu network, right? Let's update a file. This one is pretty easy because we are working with a pretty simple template, just one virtual machine. Then for products, I'm gonna be using the name Ubuntu, but you can be using something else, like, I don't know, you are going to deliver a training about VMware, BSAM, for example, the product is going to be BSAM. Another one for NSX, for example. So you can also filter the labs by products as well. You can use the tags also to search for your labs. So let's use Unix, for example, all right? Let's create only one. And the thumbnail, this one will be a logo. For example, it could be the corporate logo, or just, in this case, I'm going to be using the Ubuntu logo, right? That's the one that I want, but you can use the enterprise logo, for example, for your company. So let's create that one, and that's it. Now we need to go back to the lab and add those to the settings that we have, right? So under update number 1, we have the thumbnail. Let's select the thumbnail. Done. Now for catalog, let's search for Unix, then update the lab, update it. Now let's go to update content, network topology. Let's add the one that we created, the batch. Let's use this one for beginners. Product, Ubuntu, right? And tags, the only one that we created, just to make it simple. Update lab. Now let's see how it looks. on the end user interface, right? Let's see. There we go. So we have our lab right here. Here's the logo. Like I said, you can use the corporate logo for your company. Um, right here is the batch 101 beginner. If you click on it, you will see all the labs that are associated with that batch. So, for example, if you want to provide a batch to a student that completed a lab, but they need to complete, I don't know, maybe 3 labs, then you can add all of them and associate all of them to the batch, right? So they will know that they need to pass all of them in order to earn the batch that you are offering, right? Right here we have the topology. So this will provide an idea to the student about how it's gonna look, the environment that that person is gonna be creating, right? Right here we have the catalogs of labs and Unix, tags and prods. So if we go to labs, on the left hand we have all the catalogs or all the labs under all labs. And we have the catalog that we created. Unix. So let's assume that you, for example, have, I don't know, maybe more than 50 labs, right? So it's gonna be really hard for a student to find the lab that they are looking for, so that you can split the labs between different catalogs. That will be easier. Now, if you don't do that and you have all of them right here, then you can use this search option. So we can use Ubuntu, right? You can complete that one. So I use the what we have under prods. For example, you can use what you have under Unix and it would do this search again. So pretty easy, right? Okay, so on our video number 4, we're going to be talking about classes, how to create a class and how to manage a class as an instructor. Okay, thank you for watching.